What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to check out the second half of the class balancing for the upcoming patch this June 11. If you haven't seen my first video about this topic, I will be linking that at the end of this video. That video covers the Knight, Crusader, Priest, Mage, Sage, Assassin, and the Hunter class. So if you are playing the mentioned jobs, you might want to check out that video to see if there are changes that will be done for your class. But before we start, let's first take a look at the sponsor of this video. Do you want to stay online 24/7 in this game, but don't want to use your phone or you don't have a computer to do it? UgPhone has got you covered. UgPhone is a cloud emulator that is perfect for AFK grinding. It is a cloud phone that runs independently in the cloud without consuming the memory or battery of your physical device. Even if you close the UgPhone app, your game will still continue to run in the cloud, which makes this the perfect app for AFK grinding for 24 hours, 7 days a week non-stop. You can also run multiple instances of UgPhone in one account, which allows you to play multiple games or accounts simultaneously. UgPhone is available in Google Play for Android, App Store for iOS, Windows Store for PC, and you can also use a web browser to run UgPhone. If you want to try out UgPhone, you can use my link shown in the description below. Note that when you are playing in the Southeast Asian region, make sure to select the Singapore servers. You can also use my invitation code, which gives you an extra 488 diamonds from UgPhone that you can use to extend your time in using the device. 12 diamonds is equal to an hour of an extension, so the 488 diamonds is an additional 40 hours in using the UgPhone cloud device. So thank you guys, and thank you UgPhone for the sponsor. Now let's get back to the video. For the first class that will be included in the upcoming class balancing next week, the rogue players will certainly be happy with some of the changes for this job. The first line item is for the reduction of the variable cooldown time of the bone rotting arrow from 27 seconds down to 24. For the next two lines, this will affect the bone rotting arrow skill in the shadow equipment. It now has an added effect where the extra area damage can now trigger critical damage. For the dormancy, they have also added an effect that whenever you are in hiding, using an enchant poison will no longer cancel your hiding state. And lastly, for the pick on the week, they added an effect that adds a poison state. Next on the list is the blacksmith job, and the changes that they have made for this class is specific to the shadow equipment skills. For the first two lines, this is for the SE of the Mammonite skill, where the trigger doesn't take up the action time. And this effect is also done to the Zenith Storm skill in the SE. For the Alchemist class, this is where we are getting a considerable amount of changes. The first line item, which is for the research report, they modified the multiplier with regards to the chance of not consuming skill items. For the Van Elmert normal attack, they have made changes in the skill mechanics, where it no longer deals damage to the caster and the homunculus. They also changed the trigger interval of the unstable matter to 2 seconds, as well as the damage multiplier for this skill. For the Caprice, the changes are basically the same with the previous line item, except for the trigger interval. For the Chaotic Benediction, it no longer heals the enemy, and the healing stat multiplier has also been changed. For the Bio Explosion, it no longer deals damage to the caster, and the damage stat multiplier has also been modified. On to the next set of changes for the Alchemist class. This is pertaining to the Filler Homunculus. The first one is for the normal attacks, where the damage may trigger critical damage. The Moonlight skill now has a 30% chance to refund a 1 second cooldown on crit. For the Fleet move, you can now get 1 stack of Fleet by using normal attacks or the Moonlight skill. Each stack will give you an increase in the following stats: attack, final crit, final hit, and crit damage bonus percentages. For the SBR44, the damage may now trigger critical damage as well. And these are all the changes that will be applied to the Alchemist class. Moving on to the Ninja class, the first item is for the Mist Slash, where they buffed the damage from 150 to 300%. For the Final Strike, they changed the damage type of this skill from neutral attribute to a weapon attribute instead. For the Shadow Skill 1, it seems that they have added the bleed condition to the existing effect. For the Final Strike 1, they removed the neutral attribute trigger condition. And for the Mitsuha skill, they decreased the water area duration from 20 seconds down to 10. Finally, we are down to the last two jobs that are included in the upcoming class balancing. These jobs are the Gunslinger and Taekwon class. And to be honest, there are a lot of changes and modifications done for these two jobs. Let's first check out the Gunslinger class. For the Crimson Marker, Duel and Pursuit, they have added an effect pertaining to the luck-based stat that whenever you reach 3k luck, every 1 additional luck increases your physical attack by 4. For the Crazed Up skill, they have extended the duration to 3 more seconds. For the Concentration Realm, the fixed cooldown time has been lowered from 20 seconds down to 15. For the Crimson Marker, they removed the neutral attribute damage and replaced it with the weapon attribute adaptive damage instead. For the Death Eye Missile, the damage coefficient has been increased from 2k to 3k% and the fixed cooldown time is now 10 seconds. They are also removing the marking effect of the Crimson Marker, which makes it no longer possible to fire an additional Death Eye Missile. An additional effect has also been added, where after firing, the missile follows the target and deals damage after 2 seconds. For the tracking, the damage coefficient has been increased from 160 to 300% when equipping a sniper rifle. For the piercing shot, similar to the previous line, when you are using a sniper rifle, the damage coefficient will be increased as well. For the Dragon Tail, the damage coefficient has also been increased by a wide margin. The fixed cooldown time is now 18 seconds and the skill can trigger critical damage. They also changed the damage attribute from fire attribute to a weapon attribute instead. For the Heavy Weapon Mastery, the damage coefficient of the normal attacks have been increased by an additional 30%. For the mechanics of the Crimson Marker, they removed the effect that reduces the final flee by 30%, and the skill is no longer affected by resistance. For the Slug Shot, the damage coefficient has been decreased from 8k to 4k%. The fixed cooldown time is now 20 seconds, and the Scorch Area now deals a weapon attribute physical damage. And finally, for the last item for the Gunslinger, which is the Anti-Material Blast, the damage coefficient is now 3.5k% for a single damage. The fixed cooldown time is 20 seconds, and added the effect for the Slug Shot, where enemies within the Scorch Area now take 25% more damage. And for the last class included on the list, which is the Taekwon job, the first 3 line items are for the Union of the Sun and Moon skills. For the Union of the Sun, they added an effect that the damage of kick skills increases by 30% when the player is within the Sun realm. For the Moon, the cast time of the ultimate is reduced by 40%, and when the Union of the Stars is active, you can build up energy as well. For the next line items for the Taekwon class, these are all pertaining to the kick skills, where they modified the damage coefficient and changed it to a damage dealt. And these are all the jobs that will be included in the upcoming class balancing next week. What are your thoughts on the changes that they have made? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more ROX content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. GG!
You're a superhero.